Hello there, welcome to the second part of how I build my own lithium iron phosphate battery pack. If you haven't watched the first part, might be an idea to go and have a quick look. It's nothing special. I've got the batteries all charged now, so I've numbered them as well. So we've got 1 to 12. They didn't really take much of a charge, to be honest. They were pretty well charged, so they all took between 2 and 77 milliamps. Nothing special, but I was told to charge them that way anyway. So around the other side of the table is the clips that I had to put together. I didn't do a video on. I didn't include this in the video because it was just a struggle, and as I haven't got my tripod, though I have got my camera. I've got my camera back and charged. So I'm going to record this in full high definition. So anyway, I bought 12 batteries, and with the 12 batteries I bought 12 spaces. One spacer will connect two ends of the battery together, and if you buy two, you can then make two sides for your battery. So hopefully that'll make sense. I mean, you have one at one end, and now it won't stand up. You have one at one end, one at the other end, and you stash your batteries in between. It gives them a nice space to breathe in case they get warm during charging and discharging, and stops everything from shorting out. So they all clip together using these top bits here, and the opposite on the other side. And yes, you do have to use a hammer and a block of wood to get them all nice and level. If you can see, they're all nice and level. So what we're going for with this battery is a 3 series by 4 parallel. We're going for a 3 parallel by 4 series. So we're going to have 12, 24, 36 amp hour. And then we're going to have the voltages adding up, and I can't bother to do that right now anyway. So what I'm going to do now is pick my first 3 cells and put them in. I've just got to see if I can find somewhere to put this camera so you can actually see what I'm doing. Right, so I've got my first 3 cells, and no, my face is not important in this, though it is still here. First 3 cells, numbered 1, 2 and 3, and if I hold them up for the camera, it'll be upside down for you, but 1, 2 and 3. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take off the positive pins. Now there is some concern over these headway cells with the fact that they're quite fragile, in that if you tighten these up too much you can break the heads off of the battery. If that starts to spin, then you've ruined your battery or your cell. So I'm going to be really careful to get that off nicely. And the last one, and they are quite weighty. They've got quite a bit of weight to it. I'll weigh it when I've finished, but it's not much of a concern at the moment. Yeah. So got them 3 off. I'm going to stand that up, and let's push positive through. 1. 2. Make sure I've got them in the right way, and number 3. And I'll show you what problem I've got now, because I have to get these into before I can show you my first problem. So we have, there go the screws. We have our first 3 in, and let's prop them up on something. It's as good as anything. Where we've put 4 down, so we've got 2, 2, 2, 2, and on this side we've got 2 and 2. We can quite easily put the plates across the batteries. Let's grab another one. Positive, negative, there we go. I'll put that in there for a minute. We can quite easily go across these and have a 24 amp 12 volt battery, but as soon as we come to go across, because this is how I'm going to link the plates to get them to run in parallel. I've got these little bits here which are right in the way, sort of there. So these tabs and the ones on top which aren't on the screen are going to have to come off. So that's what I wanted to show you first of all. And yeah, I did notice this earlier and I just completely forgot about it. So let's get the Dremel and zip them off. Right, so now that they're all off in the centre, ta-da! Nothing's going to get in the way of them now. I'll clean that. I don't know if I won't bother cleaning that up because there's no point. It's going to be hidden. So let's get back to where we were before. Right, so we got our first 3 cells in. I'm just double checking that they're all the right polarity, and they are. Another way to tell with these headway cells is that black seems to be the negative and the bare end seems to be positive. But it's nice of them to write it on there, and it's also nice of them to give us an end cap that we can see. And there goes the camera. So let's get the next row of cells in. So we're looking for number 4. And this time we want a negative cap, so we want black cap to go on this side. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3. I forgot to take the screws out. So let's take the screws out of number 4 before we go any further. I'm not sure if there's a difference between screws. They look the same, but they said be very careful. So number 4 can go in there. I've taken the wrong one out. See what I said about being careful? Yeah, gotta be really careful. Get one cell in the wrong way and you've probably going to blow yourself up. And number 6. There we go. Now let's get our first plate. Put that across there. Can you see what I mean? It's going to go across there. So that's... that one's falling apart. That one's falling apart. One. 2. Oh, what are you doing? Put that one on there. And then let's see how this sits. I mean, it is going to work. It will touch. It's not causing too much of a problem there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this and see what it looks like. It's actually quite difficult for me to do this because obviously I'm I'm doing this the wrong way round so that the camera can see, but I appreciate that it's quite difficult to see what I'm doing with my fingers in the way. So let's get that last negative one in the middle. The last positive one. So I'm just going to give them a quick tighten up. Not going to go too tight with these. There we go, that's one side done. Definitely some weight there. So let's go around to this side. I'll grab my test meter. Wherever I've put it, I have to go and find it now. It is on the top. Overload. Let's change the range. Negative, positive. 6.74 volts. Let's see if I can hold that and show you a bit closer. 6.75 volts. So that's good, alright. That's alright. I'm happy with that. So now we can move on to the next set. Now, on this side of the battery, you can imagine we are zigzagging. We're going negative, positive, negative, positive. So we're going to have a set of plates between the middle two here, and then we're going to come back across to here, have a plate going up here, and then come back to here. So both our negative, positive and negative takeoff points on this battery are going to be on this side. So negative here, positive here. So we're going to go, just to double check, because I don't want to blow this, I don't want to blow up. So basically go, yes, and done. Okay, so now, positive, we want negative on top. So we start with our next lot. We've got 7, negative, 4, 5, 6, 7. So if we take off the should have done this to start off with, shouldn't I? It's not my strongest point planning. So, positive. Positive. Positive, positive. There we go. So you can just about see positive, negative, positive, yeah. So you can just about see it coming together now. And what we're going to do is now do the negatives on here. And we're going to go negative, 10, $11. Oh, that's tight. That one was a bit tight. Right, so we're ready with our next couple of plates. I'm going to do this really quickly now, so I'm going to put you onto, like, not time lapse, but you're going to go really, really fast. And there we have it, that's the second set in. This must weigh at least 5 kilos. So now we're going to bring back the meter. Change the mode. There we go. So we're going to go positive, negative 6.77 if you can't see that, and again 6.77. There we go. So I'm going to go and have a break because this is actually quite stressful and very dangerous. So I'm going to go and have a break, and I'll come back to this in a minute because I don't think I can handle much more. Right, I finally worked up my courage to do the last bit. I've covered these terminals here as a precaution, and now I'm going to be working top down, if you see what I mean. So let's go really quickly, and I'll see you at the end to see what voltage we got. There we go, all done. Let's set the meter up. Grab the 2 leads. $13.47, 13.5. There we go. I'm really happy with the progress so far. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave that here for this video because I need to track down my other set of leads. Right, so that's it for now. I'm going to leave this pack right here where it is with the ends taped up whilst I sort out what I'm going to do with my little meter and the balance leads. And when I come back, I'll have my other lead, because this isn't long enough to reach both sides. I have my other lead ready, and we'll start by putting them on wherever they need to be. So once I've figured that out, I'll come back, and I'm not sure what ends I'm going to put on for taking the power off this pack yet. I'm rather inclined to use the ring terminals on this and the 2 banana plugs, but that again is very dangerous because they're both bare ends. So what I'm going to do for test purposes, I'm just going to have it plugged in to my other meter like that, and then the power can come out the other side of the meter, and we can see what we can use for that. We'll draw it down a little bit, maybe some 12-volt lighting, and then maybe go into some more testing. But anyway, that's all in the next episode, or next episode. What is this? That's all in the next video, which hopefully I'll be bringing you over the next couple of days depending on how busy I am. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I hope you join me for the next part of my lithium iron phosphate battery pack.